Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Cat's Cottage. How's everybody doing? Hot cup of coffee. Okay, well, and I'm going to do this again, and I don't care. I cannot say anything about other people and other races, male, female, without somebody taking offense to something sensitive. Uh, when I was a girl, I grew up on the coast. And as a young girl, I had um, a lot of Mexican friends, and I had a Filipino friends. Um, and then when I went to work, I moved here. This is where my husband's moved and his family. They lived here, so he moved here and took me with him. And I've been here ever since. And I never was really around black people. Now that sounds hard to believe, but where I was raised on the coast, there wasn't any. Like I said, they were Mexican and Filipino, but uh, anyway, I had some of my best friends that were black that I worked with, and in the environment I was in working, we had to really watch each other, protect each other's back. And I had two really good friends, uh, and they were two black females. And then later, when I went to the male area, I made black friends that were males. Um, Never really had any black females on a new area where I was at with the males because uh, they seemed to be competitive to to move up the ladder. So I was like stabbed in the back quite a few times. But anyway, I'm going off in a deep hole somewhere. Um, had a lot of black friends at church that were, I call them friends because we sat with each other, we ate with each other, we went to eat with each other. I called them, well, you could say, I guess, acquaintances. I don't know that I have any friends. Um, I don't guess I've had any friends since school, as I considered them friends. But yeah, I've had a lot of people that were black that I depended on. Um, it works both ways. Everybody's different. Um, and I know things are said about white people. There's different levels of white people. There's some real trashy people. Uh, I'm not going to win with this, but I don't care. If you're that sensitive, please don't stay on my site because I'm liable to say something. You know, I'm liable to say something about the white trailer trash. I don't know. I know all of you living in the trailer park aren't trash. It's just a slang. It's just a joke. Well, Kathleen, don't say it then. Everybody says we have to laugh at each other. Everybody's different. It makes us all that's what makes YouTube so good, really. That's why it's successful. Because we're all different and we all have our own attitudes and things. I'll be watching someone their videos and I'll click on them every time I see them and stuff. Some I'm subscribed to. And once in a while they'll say something and I'm think, oh, I'm on unsubscribe. I don't like what you had to say. But I like the rest of what you had to say. I like the rest of what you did. So you have to give people a little room. Give them a little room to express themselves. You know. Well, I'm down in this rabbit hole again. Uh, but I don't care. Y'all want to go? Just go. Just go. Maybe you'll find that perfect person. That perfect person that says everything that you like and that you want to hear. Because good luck with that, because I haven't yet either. Now, yesterday, um, I drove around. We drove around looking, me and my husband, for carport sales, estate sales. And we found a few signs that were dead ends. They didn't take their signs up. So, but anyway, we slipped on over there to the Salvation Army, and it wasn't a discount day. It's kind of nice. There's nobody in there much. But anyway, where am I going with this? Okay, I was checking out. I picked up a few things. I got this. I wanted to put this in my little dish cabinet, my little miniature cabinet, and there's all men checking out now. I don't know what they've done. Run the women off. I don't know what they've done. But anyway, he picks it up and he pops that side, and I've already paid for it. He says, "Oh goodness, you've already paid for this. I'm gonna give it to you and let you glue it, and you go get something else at the same price." And well, this was a $2. Here I was, a whole store, and he's in a rush wanting something for $2. So I picked these up real quick. And in my head, I'm assuming there's 4. Well, no, there's just 3, for $2. Some stuff in there is a bargain, and some of it you get took on. But anyway, I got them. So I go and pick out 2 pieces of jewelry, and I've got one of them on. It's brown. I got a brown shirt on. It's got a little brown and copperish in it. And, you can't take it up to the cash register. You have to give them your initials. And the cashier walks over there and gets the jewelry. Anyway, he gave me the wrong jewelry. It was a bunch of stuff for a young girl. And so I had to take that back. And he, carried on. Well, is it the same price? And why? I said, something, you ought to just give this to me. I had to drive all the way back over here, you know. But no, it was the same price, so I switched out. But that cashier just didn't have anything going for him yesterday. He was screwing up left and right, and 2, the whole time the computer was messing up. And every time my husband would say something to him about something else, uh, he'd mess up. And my husband has a tendency to talk. He loves social. He loves talking to people. And he'll start talking about something that has nothing to do with what we're doing. Blah, blah, blah. And it gets your mind off of what you're doing. And I said, I tell him all the time, don't, you know, like if you ask him how he's doing, how are you today? Yeah, come on, let me check you out. Well, I'm pretty good. I'm great. I'm greater than I deserve. In other words, he just keeps on with that hello, how you doing stuff. He just keeps dragging it on. And then, or if somebody is checking it, go to check out, and somebody says, how you doing today? Fine, thank you. And then you put your stuff up there. And are you up? How you doing? And they say, I'm doing fair. Just fair? Is that all you're doing? Just fair? I'm like, you shut up. No, let this man concentrate on my ticket, okay? That's what he does. I mean, he does it everywhere. Better than I deserve. And then, oh, okay, yeah, I guess I am too. The Lord has blessed me. And he carries on and on and on. And I'm like, wait, shut it up. You know, let that woman go. But that's him. Can't stop it. Can't stop it. It's just there. It's something you can't prevent. But anyway, what else I got here? Oh, I am a sucker for something that's still there and looks lonely. What is wrong with me? It ain't lonely. It don't even have any feelings. It's just a piece of crap. But I look at it like, oh, that's still here. And nobody wants it. Look at this. I'm turning the light on so y'all can see what I got. Well, get that light. Anyway, it's a pair of salt shakers. I don't need these. They're cute. I think they're cute as can be. See if y'all, yeah, y'all can see them now. I don't need these. They were taped together, and you know, like, oh, look at you, you're all lonely. That's probably why my daughter. I ask her if she wants it. I'll send her a message. You want this? No, and put it back. And put it back. You don't need it. Oh gosh. I got some of that powdered collagen in my coffee. Excuse me. And it's choking me. I don't take it all. I just take it about once a week. My daughter sent me a tub of it, collagen. It's collagen. It's probably a bunch of cow bones ground up, chicken bones ground. I don't know what it could be. But okay, let's see. And I did get something else. I'm going to take y'all over here and show y'all something else. It's not a big deal. Just something else to look at. Okay. Alrighty. I got weed barrier. And I think, well, this is just really a piece of plastic where the water might seep through, but it's a piece of plastic and I could use that for anything. And I might need a weed barrier. I don't know. I have so much planted here. It'd be hard for me to throw this down. But I'm going to store it over here. That's why I'm walking over here. Over here, I got some plastic screening in a bag. And now I got weed barrier. Whoops, y'all lost me. Yep, but I'm going to store it over there. And I found something coppery in the garage in my Christmas stuff. Look at that. I'm going to incorporate that in my wreath. I like that because of the... Well, first I was attracted to gold. Now I'm made it paint everything gold. Now I'm attracted to copper. And I'm painting everything copper. Putting copper everywhere. I think really in reality, I'm going blind. And I'm just attracted to shiny things. Okay, I'm going to flip this around. I'm going to show y'all. I got these the other day at a carport sale. 2 big leaves. Plant. Pretty cool for $1. What do y'all think? That was exciting to do that. Yeah. That's my Blessed Mother right there. Okay. And I got these and just kind of threw them up there. I guess these are supposed to be like snowballs. But I could imagine them catching dust is what I see. Let's see, there's nothing new over here. All right. Yeah, that's all. Now, over here. Now, um, I am going to glue this, like he said, and I'm still going to put it in my little cabinet. Uh, this is probably the only thing I got that had any value to it. You know, I collect the little tiny, well, I have a collection of little tiny vases and dishes and, you know, like children's dishes. I think I'm gonna rig me up I have a lamp on this table. It's just not plugged up. I think I'm gonna. I just hadn't taken the time to put it together and run the cord this way. Uh, but anyway, I had a good time yesterday. Um, you know, picked up a few things. I thought I'd just wait and show y'all those few things this morning. And but anyhow, it's great talking to y'all, and I like the comments. They're just fine. Um, but you know, you say, well, don't stereotype. It's everybody does it. It's kind of hard not to do that. Uh, but not everybody does everything. You know, it's kind of like when I was younger or starting to get old, I guess. I'd go to the doctor, and I always said, "You're putting me in a little box. You putting me in the box." And what I meant by that was he was stereotyping me. That's not a word I usually use. I use some other word that is stupid, more likely. But I said, don't put me in the box. Um, I'm different. I'm an athlete. I don't have this, and I don't have that, and I don't do that, and I don't do this. But actually, it's none of that was true. I'm just like every other female. Nothing special. Um, I got to the same point that they were at. All of us get there. Put it that way. No matter how athletic you are or how much you train, you all get there. We all get there. So I hope y'all understand what I'm saying. Uh, I had 5 people drop off yesterday because uh, I said that black women were loud. Well, if you go into a restaurant and you sit down and you think you're going to have a nice, peaceful supper or whatever you are, lunch, breakfast, and here comes a load of women in. Now, these could be a load of white women, and they got birthday presents and everything. Or they don't have. They're not having a birthday party. They're just coming in. They think they have to be loud to have fun. Look at us. We're loud and we're having fun. That's white people. We're loud over here and rowdy because we're having fun. And Memphis people are terrible, terrible about being loud and rowdy. I don't know where they, rednecks, maybe? Um, but if you go, that's okay. Hope you find something else you like better. I don't make money from this. And so I guess I don't, like what they say on Gone with the Wind. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn. That's what he said. Um, but I'm not making any money. I wished I was, but I'm not. And I don't know how to do it. I've given up on that. Um, Texas has let me down. Born and raised in Texas, they've let me down. You know, uh, they want a lot of money to make my birth certificate correct, and I'm not gonna give it to them. So, but anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that. It's okay. I do this for individuals that need someone to talk to. I don't need anybody to talk to. I don't need it. I can just sit here and talk to myself like I'm doing right now. I don't have a problem with it. And I can find something to do because I'm constantly piddling. But there are people that have gotten themselves into situations where they have no other choice. They're lonely. They've got themselves into financial situations, or maybe they're older and they've been put away into a home, or they chose to go there and they're stuck there, or they've gotten bored of what's there. And so my chitter chatter, even though it's not worth anything, is just a little bit of entertainment and changing the day. That's all that is. You know, I'm like that neighbor living across the street that's coming over. I think I'm fixing to sneeze. That's coming over to drink a cup of coffee with you. You let her in one time and she won't go away. And here I am. I'm that person. But and I do the things I do probably the most of you wouldn't even consider doing. You wouldn't even consider doing, or you wouldn't even live like that, or you wouldn't buy that, or you wouldn't put that up, or you wouldn't. No, I'd throw that away. That's that's okay. But I'm here for those that and the curiosity seekers. There's people like me. I'm curious. I told you yesterday. I'm curious about the people. I like to watch them, and I love watching people work. I don't know if that makes any sense, but um, I like especially them redoing something and making it better, creating, and like that. I just I like watching that stuff, and I'm probably not alone. A lot of people are that way. But to all of y'all and y'all that need a little change, what am I? 23 minutes. I'll be 25 minutes in a little bit. Need that little bit of change. You don't have to agree with me, and most of you don't. And I look at the percentages of who's watching, and it seems to be shrinking. Well, where the heck are they going? The numbers stay the same, but they just keep shrinking. And I'm not sure if any of y'all are going by those scales and watching those scales. If you have a YouTube site, I don't think any of that's correct. I mean, if they're shrinking, where the heck are they going? You know, they got to pick up from one end to the other. They can't just keep shrinking unless it was never right from the beginning. But anyway, um, a couple of things. I watched Trump yesterday, President Trump, and I could see kind of like a sadness in his face. Even when he first got there, I could see that he knew that this wasn't going to work, that he was advised wrongly that Putin was ready. He was advised by that to meet with Putin, that he was ready. No, that was a lie. Putin was just pulling him on like he did all the other presidents. He's stalling. He's stalling. Uh, he needs, and I think Trump will try to take him down now financially. I think he will try to. And Putin says, it don't bother me. And as long as China and India are buddying up with him, we won't be able to pull him down. And I don't know if y'all have seen those drone shots of them killing people individually. It just turns my stomach when I see it. They don't show the mess because it's YouTube, but they show it just before. And then they show the explosion after. And you're like, oh, well, those are fake. Those ain't real. No. Oh, they are showing. There's an individual that is showing that. And he's looking at it like a game. It's like a game. Oh, look. Okay, the drone's going to get this guy. He's trying to hide down over there. What is flying in here? Something big. Could be a bat. There it goes. Okay, it just went out. That's pretty big. I couldn't show it to y'all soon enough. Or a moth that's come to this light, but it's pretty big. But anyway, I don't know if y'all have seen that, and it just Trump sees it, and he sees all the bodies he sees that there's no cutting off from him. He sees the whole film, and he's sad about it. It's crazy. What is it about? Why do you just keep on with it? I don't know. It's kind of like one of those leaders, I guess, has to die before it'll stop. They don't seem to care about their people. All these men, their daddies, their brothers, their husbands, their fathers. Just, it's just unnecessary, and it grieves me. It grieves me when I see that. Um, but anyway, I'll talk about something else. Anyway, it's going to get hot today, I guess, again, and I'm going to try to do a little something to try to get around the heat. I don't know what I'll do. My husband doesn't like to stay at the house so much. He likes to drive around and go. If I don't say, yeah, I'll drive around and look for sales and stuff, he'll find some of the, he'll drive anyway. He'll go uh, one thing at a time. And I'm not like that. I like to think about what I'm going to do. I go out and I do this, and then I come back, and I'm back. I'm here. Uh, Try to enjoy. One thing I enjoy my home. I like my home. But does he? He says he does, but I don't know that, because I think he likes his vehicle more than his home. But anyway, I'm just gonna quit talking. I'm talking. Beep, 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 beep. So I'm gonna go, and I don't know. The person that's gonna put this on might say, "Oh Lord, have mercy." Maybe if I don't put it on, she'll delete it. But I'm gonna say bye now for sure. There's nothing else to say. Bye bye.